Hey everybody, Joe Cassidy here. Today I want to take the time to talk about the reasons why I shouldn't make movies. Now, the reason why I want to today is because it seems like, you know, for all the movies that we have out here, some of them just, I don't know, I feel like some of them could have gone a better way. Like, if it's just me, then that's my own deal, but if you've ever felt like a movie needed some kind of other direction, then, you know, these kind of ideas might have popped into your head, like if a movie had a different ending, or if you wanted a scene to be played out a different way, or if there wasn't a scene that was in the original script or the original book that should have been in, then that, you know, that's just something that you thought of would have been better for the movie. But, as for my ideas, though, I actually have quite a few crazy ideas of how to take some of these movies that come out and really, like, really make it a blatant change, like something really weird, or maybe something really crazy. Maybe that's just the way I think it would be a much better movie. So these are basically just a couple of my stories about how I would change movies to be better for my view, and it's the reason why I shouldn't be allowed to make movies. Alright, so my first movie is Hidalgo. If you know this very boring, very hit or miss kind of Western to sort of a Middle Eastern horse race kind of thing movie. But this is also going to have some spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen Hidalgo, I don't know what you're missing, but if you need to go watch it, then I'm going to warn you now. Oh, and if you also need another warning, I'm going to be using foul language again, so... Alright, so the whole story of Hidalgo goes by, you know, you've got your broken down hero with his horse that he loves, and you know, there's the obstacles, and he goes through his race, and there's chances, and it's this, you know, if you haven't seen the movie yet, then just go watch it. Just don't watch me. Go watch Hidalgo, for God's sake. But if I'm talking to the people who've seen the movie. You know the ending, when it comes, when everything's all set and he's the winner and everything's all hunky-dory. He realizes that the freedom, you know, for his, you know, his horse his horse needs freedom. You know, it's been a good run, but it's something that he needs to let go. It's a personal story of how something so close to him, you know, needs to be free, and how it represents to his past being able to be at ease, or some shit like that. But that's nice and all, but I guess this happened the last time that we watched Hidalgo when we had a friend over, but okay, so you know the part where Hidalgo's running into the pack of horses, the tribe of horses, and they're all stampeding somewhere. They're just running free. It's pretty. I think there's some over voice or something. You know, someone's talking over it. But no, so I threw in the joke that you know, while Hidalgo returns to his God, I cannot remember this word for a group of horses, and I'm probably going to get corrected on that. So, this horse clan, he reunites after long years, and he finally speaks to them that now we have the power. Like, it just turns into this very weird turn. Like, suddenly the stampeding, like, tribe of horses now has their leader, Hidalgo. So Hidalgo, with the, you know, this renewed zeal of how humans live and what he can do, you know, because the horse is really fucking smart in the movie, so he gives his knowledge after being with his one soulmate. He gives this knowledge to the other horses, and they start attacking. That's the sequel. That's Hidalgo 2, The Invasion. You gotta see where I'm going with this. So, Hidalgo ends up leading, like, this entire wild horse rebellion. They go in to other country towns, and they just massacre. They, like, stampeding over people. They're crashing into buildings and going inside saloons and knocking up the place and stealing women for who knows what. And they're freeing the other horses, so their army is growing. And it's this real, like, conscious zombie movement, because they're going to other horses and freeing them, and they're liberating them from servitude under human asses, you know. Let us not be underneath them, let us be on top now. If you know. So they keep collecting more and more, and then you have the hero from, I cannot remember his name, this movie is so long and boring, but you have the hero from the first movie, and he sees all this happening, and he has this feeling of just, oh, why, God, why, like, why did I do that? Like, you didn't expect it to bite him in the ass, right? Oh, so he and the other people, or he and the other humans just sort of get this coalition going, like, alright, we need to do something about these horses, this is getting crazy, like, they have killed children and women and livestock. Like, they don't let the cows live. It's horrible. They're discriminatory horses. What are you gonna do? So the hero, he's troubled by this because he doesn't know what to do. He loves this fucking horse. And he thinks that all the other horses, I mean, this would all have been fine if a horse stayed a horse, but what if that horse just started thinking? The horse was smart enough in the movie. It could do tricks. It kind of communicated in that very, in the very sappy, oh god, the very sappy way that an animal doesn't talk, so they kind of communicate by feeling. I am losing my words. So, they try to come up with a plan, but then they get, like, you know, the president involved, and he's just like, this, I don't know who was president at the time. It probably was covered. I was probably passed out. So, they get the president involved in this. He's like, we have to kill, we have to stop this, but it is destroying the American country. We cannot let a beast of burden be our burden. Get that line, write that down. So, like, this is the trial play. This is when they start trying to do plans and stuff to get all these horses. And, you know, the horses are still ravaging, and they're starting to eat crops now. Everyone's starting to get, like, everyone's starting to suffer with famine, and they're drinking all the water. And then this is when things started getting really creepy. This is when the horses start to get, like, very intelligent. You know, I guess to sum this up, this is basically if this was, like, the prequel to Planet of the Horses. The horses end up, like, spiking the water with poison, like, purposely trying to kill the humans. Like, I can imagine one, like, tried to clop up in the middle of the night up some stairs and tried to do the slasher thing to some poor family sleeping in bed. Just horrible, horrible things just being done here. And, yeah, I deserve that one. Okay, so the humans are still trying to help. So they have a line of, like they put a minefield out there full of bombs and, like, you know, the horses are just stampeding through like they always do, and they're just getting blown apart left and right, and it's horrible because you're watching wild horses and they're beautiful. It's in slow-mo, and you've got, like, sad violin music playing in the background, and you've got, like, one of the Native Americans having, like, the tear thing going. I mean, if a Native American can cry over garbage, then I'm sure that the decimation and destruction of, like, hundreds of horses will probably do the same thing. But no, the horse army is so large, in fact, now, that they, like, this whole minefield, they'd only, like, it didn't even stop just one unit. There's, like, more going, and Hidalgo is behind all of this evil fucking horse. And I guess I'm gonna skip more to the end, because I haven't really thought more to the middle. It's more of that, like, really shitty, you know, you throw in some testy jokes like you did in the last movie, and what the fuck was up with that? Like, okay, so we reached the end, and we got, you know, the cowboy from the first movie, and he confronts Hidalgo, and Hidalgo is this, like, red-eyed motherfucker, and, you know, he's got the gun in his hand, and he's just like, I have to do this. I thought different of you. Why would you do this? And suddenly Hidalgo talks. Yeah, just right there. He says, I thought I knew you too. Just because, you know, clincher, that's when, you know, that's when our main hero decides this isn't right anymore, and blasts a fucking cap between Hidalgo's eyes. So Hidalgo's down, the rest of the horses just sort of get lost in probably the giant civil mare war. And, you know, the horses are stuck under like control again. They came close though. They came close to making this the United Horses of America country. But that was it. That's Hidalgo. And this is why I shouldn't make movies.